All right, welcome to today's 86th annual meeting of Tri-County Electric Membership Corporation. I see a truck coming in now. I'm Ray Grinberg, the CEO, and I want to thank you again for participating in our annual business meeting. I want to say thank you to the board who helps guide our organization. And if our board members would please stand to be recognized, I appreciate that. All right, to kick off our meeting, I'll ask Bennett Gibbs, our Manager of Engineering, to lead us in an invocation and then in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please bow your heads in prayer. God, we come to you today in prayer with thankful hearts for your goodness and provision for Tri-County EMC, its employees, and the communities we serve. We thank you for the blessings you've given us this year and for all that you've allowed us to accomplish. We ask for your continued wisdom for our leadership as we look toward next year and your guidance in every decision made. We ask that you continue to look over us in the year to come, draw us near to you, and be with us as we work better to serve our members and our communities. Now, as we go into this meeting, Father, we ask that your peace and your presence be with us. Bless us and bless our nation. Thank you for sending your Son, Jesus, to die for our sins. And it's in his name we pray. Amen. Amen. If you will, join me in pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Billy Jerles. I have the privilege of serving as General Counsel to Tri-County, and it's my duty to go through some formalities for the annual meeting. Article 3.04 of Tri-County's bylaws provides that a determination of a quorum is to be made before the annual meeting may proceed. Attendance in person, by proxy, by letter of authorization, by voting by mail ballot, or voting electronically of at least 150 members of the cooperative is required for the transaction of business at any meeting of the members. I've been provided with evidence that 1,401 members are counted in attendance by the methods previously described, and I therefore declare that a quorum is present and the business meeting may proceed. At this time, in order to go forward, we need to close registration. While we don't have any contested elections, the formality of the bylaws require us to close the registration, and so I would need a motion to so close registration. Is there such a motion? So moved. Is there a second? Second. Is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the motion carried. Then we were in order, and I turn it over to Madam Chair.
Well, good afternoon, and I do appreciate each and everyone's attendance and appreciate all of those who are participating today and sent in their mail ballots. I'm Brenda Green, the board chairman, and I serve on the board with 8 other directors, and I know Ray just asked the board to stand, but I'm going to introduce them to you by name. And we have Vice Chairman Sammy Hall, Secretary Treasurer Dan Green. Also serving are Buck Comer, Chap Nelson, Marion Nelson, Cecil Patterson, Mike Rainey, and Ed Walker. On behalf of the board, I'd like to thank the members for allowing us to be your member representatives. Well, October is National Co-op Month, and Tri-County is one of more than 900 electric cooperatives across the nation. And we're one of 41 EMCs in Georgia. Tri-County serves in the counties of Baldwin, Bibb, Jasper, Jones, Morgan, Putnam, Twiggs, and Wilkinson. And as of September, we have 19,073 members and a total of 23,484 meters. This is your co-op, and we exist to serve you. At Tri-County, we're guided by a core set of 7 cooperative principles, and these principles are shown in your annual report. The principles have stood the test of time, and they set us apart from other electric utilities. I want to talk for a minute about principle number 7, which is concern for community. The communities that we serve are very important to us, and we started a program called Operation Roundup several years ago. Members voluntarily round up their electric bill to an even dollar amount, and that change goes into an account and is utilized for needs in the communities that we serve. The Tri-County EMC Foundation Board receives applications and makes the decision as to the amount awarded. Well, in June of this year, a milestone of $2 million in total awards was achieved. That's your voluntary dollars helping with needs in our local communities. So I just want to say thank you to each one who participates in this program. And for those who aren't participants at this time, I would encourage you to consider signing up. It's a great program. And the most that you would contribute is only 50 cents a month, up to a total of $6 a year. And together, our small change makes a really big difference in many lives in our communities. The CPA firm McNair, McLemore, and Middlebrooks was engaged to perform the annual audit. And following completion of their work, they reported to the Board of Directors that they found no fraud or issues of concern, and as a result, issued a clean opinion letter to Tri-County. Your EMC is on a sound financial footing and in good standing with all of our financial partners. The financial statement in the annual report that you've received is a consolidated financial summary of your EMC and our internet subsidiary, Tri-CoGo. We're very proud of Tri-CoGo's progress, and Greg Mullis will report to you on that entity in a few minutes. Safety remains our top priority as we continue our investment in ongoing training, and that training is to protect our employees, to protect you, the members, and to protect the communities that we serve. Providing safe and reliable power with exceptional service is what our EMC team strives for each and every day. The state of Georgia is growing, and so is your EMC. Our energy landscape is constantly evolving. We recently learned that Tri-County has been selected to serve the new Publix, which will be located in Putnam County in the Lake Oconee area. Also, your EMC was selected to serve the new elementary school in Putnam County, and this is their first year in their new school. So we're very thankful for the growth that we're seeing in both residential and commercial categories. Your board and the staff will be meeting next month for strategic planning purposes. There are many topics to be discussed, and we will build on what is already working well, and we will look for ways to improve as we plan for the future of the EMC. We will approach all of our opportunities and challenges with a visionary outlook as we plan for a bright future for Tri-County. That concludes my remarks, and next we have our CEO, Ray Grinberg, will give his report.
Thank you, Brenda. 2025 has been a pretty news-filled year, I guess. Lots of, especially in the energy sector, talks about energy independence, reliance on fossil fuels, and probably most importantly, data centers, large industrial loads seem to be dominating the national and local news cycles quite often. And the question is, well, how does that impact your local EMC? Well, there's significant changes in the electric markets. These large loads from industry and data centers that are locating in Georgia in the southeast are coming, they are here, and they are using significant amounts of electricity. We've been blessed over the last 20 years to have probably a surplus of electricity in the market. We're now seeing that go away as these large loads use up that surplus. And the reason they came is because we had surplus and prices were cheap. New power plants are planned and are under construction to help meet that demand for electricity. But many of those won't be completed until the end of this decade or early into the next decade. Luckily, your EMC has agreed to participate in some new generation that's being built by our energy partner, Oglethorpe Power, and we will see that plant, which will be located at SMAR, will help meet our future needs for the next 40 to 80 years. Supply chain issues that were prevalent during the pandemic have eased, and we are seeing familiar lead times for materials that we buy, such as trucks, poles, wires. However, prices haven't necessarily come back. We still see, inflationary pressures on our prices for material. These are all things that are kind of gathering to make for a challenging next few years in our business, trying to make sure that we can meet our promise to you, which is safe, reliable, and low-cost power. I don't want to say lowest cost, I just want to say affordable, lowest, So we are going to work, and as Brenda alluded to, we have strategic planning coming up where we're going to sit down and try to map out what our future looks like and how we're going to meet our members' needs for the next 1, 5, 10, and 20 years. Because in our business, most of the things that we're building and constructing, we're looking to have them there for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. We don't build for just tomorrow. We build for a long-term future. As Brenda also mentioned, growth in our service territory remains strong. It's especially strong in Putnam County around Lake Sinclair and Oconee, but we're seeing it here in Jones County and Baldwin County and all the surrounding counties. New residential and commercial construction continues, and we are here and are ready to serve those customers as they come. Those new commercial loads and those large industrial loads and data centers, they can be good for the community and the cooperative, but only if we can serve them under terms and conditions that meet our needs. We've got to make sure that we can protect our members and our existing ratepayers from the risks and costs that those new large loads may impose upon us. And I will let you know that our board and your staff, we're committed to those basic principles of protecting our existing members from the risks and costs of new large loads that seem or perceived as speculative. But each one of those will have to be looked at individually as they come and under what situation and conditions they want to locate. But we will look at each one of those and make that determination and present what we think is a fair and reasonable method and cost to serve those loads. So we're not going to say no, we're not going to say yes, we're going to look at it and make that decision individually. They will pay for the required infrastructure and will provide cash deposits, letters of credits, other instruments such as that will help us make sure that we are protecting our existing ratepayers. I think that we have a strong board, a strong staff. We are up to the challenge, and I am very pleased with the staff and employees of Tri-County EMC. They are dedicated to doing their job safely, politely, and doing it as quick and as efficiently as they can. I am very proud of the employees, and I think you ought to be as well. So if you see one in the store, at the bank, wherever you are, tell one of them thank you, because they're working for you. And with that, I'm going to hand it off to Greg.
Good afternoon. Some of y'all really were Baptists today, I can tell. All the way in the back. Well, thanks, Ray. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I want to take just a couple of minutes and talk about the cooperative subsidiary Tri-CoGo. I'm Greg Mullis, Chief Operating Officer, and I want to just talk about some of the milestones that we have surpassed this year. So the last 12 months have been very successful for Tri-CoGo. We've grown by about 1,700 accounts during that period of time, which is about a 20% increase in our customer base. Very proud of that. Perhaps a bigger milestone that's easy to wave the flag for is we reached 10,000 customers in the last month. That's an incredible milestone to have thought 4 years ago that we would go from 0 customers to 10,000 this quickly. It's just something we're very, very pleased for. And I'm very proud of this accomplishment. It's a testament to the value, to the reliability that we offer our customers. And also, I think it's a testament to the world-class customer service that we provide, and something that is just a breath of fresh air in the internet service provider field. With that said, Tri-CoGo continues to be one of the fastest growing internet providers, and we are also certainly one of the highest ranked for customer service. This summer, as we did last year, we asked our customers to fill out a survey, and one of the important questions in there was what's called the Net Promoter Score question, and it's literally, would you recommend us to a friend or colleague? Last year, that survey gave us a Net Promoter Score of 90. I'm proud to say that this year it actually increased to a 91, which is very exciting. It puts us in very rare air, not just with internet service providers, but just in general business. If you think about some of your favorite companies that you do business with every day, in comparison, Starbucks, I know we have some Starbucks customers in this room. Starbucks NPS is a 77 this year, Amazon a 73, Netflix a 67, Apple a 61, Chick-fil-A, and this is a little surprising, 58. Those are all great scores, actually. If you understand the Net Promoter Score process, those are fabulous scores. In contrast, NRECA, which is one of our trade associates, companies, or organizations that we were allied with and a member of, did a survey in the last year, and they found that the average Net Promoter Score among legacy telco internet service providers is -5. So that's a pretty stark contrast with our 91. And I really attribute that to the employees that work here every day to make sure that you get what you're paying for and above and beyond. And I'm just very proud of them. There really is a difference. You expect that level of service from this electric cooperative on the power side, and we wanted to make sure that you get that on the internet side as well, and so I'm proud of the job that our employees are doing. One of the comments that we also got in our surveys was stability of rates. Since our first customer was served in 2021, our rates have not changed. We're proud to say that. One of the things that you also hear a lot, a survey from Telecompetitor this summer found that 58% of internet customers were frustrated because their price had changed in the last year. And that there's so many price gimmicks that it's confusing and it's frustrating to suddenly out of the blue have a price change for no reason. So we have received a lot of compliments from our customers for that stability, and we're proud of that as well. So some things to watch for in the coming year, and really the rest of this year. Just this week, we opened a new area, we call them zones, in Putnam County, in an area called Possum Point. There's over 200 homes there that now can take advantage of Tri-CoGo that currently have copper DSL, single-digit speed internet. So we're proud of that. Those customers, we've got quite a few signed up and will be getting installed over the next couple of weeks. Downtown Gray, this has been an area where we've gotten a lot of requests. In the next few weeks, we will be opening up downtown Gray for service to about 50 business locations. We're very excited about that, and I know those locations are as well. They're looking for better reliability and better pricing. And we've also started construction in 2 new zones off of Highway 49 in the Grizzleville area, and we're excited about that as well. So exciting things happening in multiple counties here for us. And two last things I want to leave with you. In the remainder of 2025, watch for information about some features that we're adding at no additional cost to our residential and commercial tiers, and things like Smart Town that will allow you to access your internet, your account, your Wi-Fi throughout our service territory if you are within range of any router out there, whether it be a business or residential. So if you're in an area where there's bad cell phone coverage, but you're in the yard of a friend's house or walking around your subdivision, or even places like downtown, you will be able to jump on Wi-Fi kind of everywhere if you're a Tri-CoGo customer. So it'll be another benefit of being a Tri-CoGo customer. And then we'll be offering some security features. Those, again, will be at no additional cost. And then finally, we'll be offering some new value-added tiers that allow you to kind of bundle some things, some security products, some other products at a value-added price. So that'll give you some additional options. To our existing customers, thank you for your trust. We appreciate it. We understand it and value it, and do everything we can every day to make sure we don't do anything to compromise it. To those thinking about switching, just ask a friend or neighbor. We have a great reputation, and the way that more customers hear about us than anything else is from a friend or a neighbor. Sometime this fall, we will be introducing our first referral program. It'll be an opportunity for you to tell a friend or a neighbor about our service and actually get a benefit for you. So watch for that. Thank y'all for being here. If you have any questions, I'll be around afterwards. But thank you very much for the trust in us, and I hope you have a great afternoon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have some more formalities to go through. The bylaws provide that the agenda have a business section. So we have a number of things to accomplish, and it'll take just a few minutes. At this time, Article 3.08 of Tri-County's bylaw set forth the order of business for the annual meeting. There is an agenda that I think has been handed out. We need to approve the agenda as it has been presented. Do I have such a motion? Is there a second? Any discussion? No changes or additions to the agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Thank you. We need to approve the minutes of the last annual meeting. Those were furnished to the members on the election ballot. Without objection, I'll not read the minutes, and we'll give you the vote of how that turned out. The Credentials and Elections Committee met just a little while ago and counted all the ballots. The minutes were approved by a total of 1,299 in favor and 13 against, and so last year's minutes are approved. Ladies and gentlemen, you have received notice of the meeting via the Current Lines newsletter and the U.S. mail. Proof of the due delivery thereof is before me by an affidavit from the United States Postal Service. 14,257 mail pieces were delivered. From the evidence presented, it appears that all requisite notice and proof of delivery has been compiled and complied with, and pursuant to Tri-County's bylaws. Is there any objection to notice or delivery of this meeting? Hearing none, Tri-County's bylaws in section 3.07 set forth that the Board of Directors shall at least 90 days before any meeting of the members appoint a Credentials and Elections Committee consisting of 9 members of the cooperative who are non-existing directors or known candidates for directors, and who are not close relatives or members of the same household of existing directors or known candidates for directors, nor shall they be members of the nominating committee. It is the responsibility of the Credentials and Elections Committee to establish or approve the manner of conducting member registration and any ballot voting, to pass upon all questions that may arise with respect to registration of members in person, to count all ballots cast in the election or any other ballot vote taken, to rule upon the effect of any ballots irregularly or indecisively marked, and to pass upon any protest or objection filed with respect to any election or the conduct affecting the results of any election. In the exercise of its responsibility, the Credentials and Elections Committee may request the advice of the cooperative's attorney. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Credentials and Elections Committee are Ainsley Bloodworth, Norma Hancock, Hank Rand, Danny Blair, Frank Moss, Harris Hardwick, Terry Clopton, Stacy Holder, and Ronald Cowan. Give them a round of applause, please. In section 4.06, the bylaws provide for a nominating committee. At least 120 days prior to the annual meeting of members, the Board of Directors shall appoint a nominating committee. No member of the Committee on Nominations shall serve beyond the following annual meeting unless that person is reappointed. The Committee on Nominations shall consist of 9 persons who are members of the cooperative, 3 persons from each of the 3 directorate districts. No person shall serve who is an incumbent director or a close relative thereof, or a known candidate for election. Please excuse me. The Board of Directors shall convene the committee on nominations not less than 120 days before a meeting of the members at which the directors are to be elected. If any person is unable to serve for any reason, the Board of Directors shall appoint a member to fill the vacancy on the committee from the same directorate district. No person shall serve more than 3 consecutive terms on the Committee on Nominations. The cooperative shall post at least 30 days before the annual meeting of members a list of nominations for directors by district to be elected at the annual meeting. The committee may include more nominees than there are to be elected, but it shall show clearly which nominees are opposed with respect to the same directorate district and the same regular remaining 3-year terms to be filled. Using a petition form, any 50 or more members of the cooperative acting together over their signatures not less than 90 days prior to the meeting may make additional nominations in like manner, listing separately the nominees with respect to the directorate districts for which they are nominated, and the secretary shall cause to be posted for such nominations at the same place where the list of nominations made by the nominating committee is posted. Secretary shall cause to be mailed to the members with the notice of the meeting, or separately at least 60 days before the meeting, a list of nominations for directors by district to be elected at this annual meeting. There shall be no nominations for director from the floor of the current year's election. On Thursday, June 2nd, 2025, the Tri-County EMC Nominating Committee met to consider nominations for Tri-County EMC Board of Directors. At 6 p.m., the meeting was called to order. The nominating committee members in attendance were from District 1, John Lowe, Wendy Vaughn, Darrell Grant. From District 2, David Hill, Holt Spivey, Paul Gardner. From District 3, Jay Harrington, Kevin Pope, and Charles Ford. Expiring terms up for re-election, Post 3, District 1 for Jones, Twiggs, and Bibb Counties, Cecil Patterson. Post 3, District 2, Putnam, Jasper, and Morgan Counties, Mike Rainey. And Post 3, District 3, Baldwin and Wilkerson County, Marion Nelson. After a call for nominations for Post 3, District 1, currently filled by incumbent Cecil Patterson, a motion was made, second unanimously passed to nominate Cecil Patterson for the Post 3, District 1 election. No additional nominations were made for that post. After a call for nominations for Post 3, District 2, currently filled by Mike Rainey, a motion was made, second and unanimously passed to nominate Mike Rainey for the Post 3, District 2 election. No additional nominations were made. After a call for nominations for Post 3, District 3, currently filled by Marion Nelson, a motion was made, second and unanimously passed to nominate Marion Nelson for the Post 3, District 3 election. Again, no additional nominations were made. No further business was conducted by the nominating committee, and the meeting was adjourned. This year, there were no nominations by petition. Under those events, we have uncontested elections. For Cecil Patterson, District 1, Post 3, he is elected to a 3-year term. Mike Rainey, District 2, Post 3, is elected to a 3-year term. And Marion Nelson, District 3, Post 3, is elected to a 3-year term. Having stated all those formalities, is there any unfinished business to come before this meeting? I don't believe there was any from last year. Is there any new business to come before this meeting? Hearing none, seeing none. The agenda items pursuant to the bylaws have been completed, and no new business has been brought before the meeting, which is unfinished. Therefore, as chair of this business meeting, it's my duty to now declare the business session adjourned. Thank you for your time and attention.
This time, we'll do a prize drawing. And we are drawing 10.
are drawing 10 $50 bill credits, and then we'll do one $500
All right.
bill credit, and we'll draw that one first, just so that everybody's
Right.
in there.
So anybody who mailed in, delivered a ballot is eligible, and this is for the $500.
Gonna announce it now or at the end? It's up to
We're
you.
going to announce it at the end,
Okay.
but it is there. Okay, so these are the $10, $50 ones. And if you are here, see, who are we seeing?
So Dawn.
Dawn in the
She's
back, Dawn Haskins
Yeah.
back. Tom Dupree. David Morris. Let me set that one there. Robert Duke. Oh, that's right. That's last name. James Roberts. Sarah Waite. Vicky Tribble. Okay, sorry, this wasn't in
Okay.
reverse order for me. Charles Parham. Three more. Carol Epps. Georgia Larimore. And Rhonda Dupree. So these members will be notified and a $50 bill credit will be applied to their account. All right, for the winner of the $500 bill credit, Harley Wood. Oh, there you go. Harley will also be made aware that he is the winner of a $500 bill credit. So let's save these so that they can go to the person who makes sure the bills are credited, or we're going to be in trouble.
Thank you.
All right, I think at this time, we take questions or comments from the floor. Are there any that would like to, anyone who would like to speak? Yes, sir.
I'd like to mention something about these AI data centers. Can y'all hear me, or you would come up?
We can give you a microphone.
I'll try to be as brief as possible, but as concise as possible. This is, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is an article in the Epic Times, 8/18, the 24th to the 30th of September this year. It states that the American data centers right now, they consume about 4% of the electricity. That's 176 terawatts. Now, a terawatt is a trillion watts of electricity. That's a lot of electricity. Okay, and it says that's more than some states use. Right now it says it projected within 4 years period of time, but they will use between a gigawatt is the bigger watts, between 35 and 108 gigawatts of electricity. Now, if you just take 50 gigawatts, that is more power used in supplying all the homes in California. These data centers use a lot of land, a lot of water, they always hum and all that stuff. They'll mess up the environment because you don't know what's gonna do on the ecology for plants and people. The water table, you don't know what's gonna do that, if they're gonna poke down the water table, or you gonna have lawsuits out the wazoo, or you have blackouts and brownouts because they use a lot of electricity. And what happens if you put up a data center a few years down the road, the government says, oh, now data centers are part of national security, and we'll dictate how much electricity you got. These things have to be looked at and studied. This is not just saying, oh, we're gonna approve this. Now, they got a meeting come up in the 28th of this month in Jones County to see about approving these things or not. But these things, you have to have a lot of, you have to do a lot of study, investigate this, because this thing, like I said, is got some lot of flaws to it. And if you don't know, like I said, are you gonna be having, like you said, you're not gonna be subsidizing, but are you gonna have blackouts and brownouts because these data shooters use a lot of electricity? And what if you got a loved one on a, say, dialysis machine? Well, I know they have backup batteries, but what if they go out and even a blackout, brownout, and your loved one dies? Because the data centers are using all this electricity. This is something y'all need to study very carefully and look at, and just don't willy-nilly approve it. Now, that's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you, sir. Anybody else have a comment or a question they'd like to ask? I appreciate it. I do want to reiterate, there's a lot of process before a data center would come to Tri-County EMC. We will look, if approved, we will take a look at it and see if it's something we can serve, but it has to be served under conditions that meet our needs. So we're not going to just willy-nilly say yes to anything that just shows up. I just want to assure you of that. If not, then I will say thank you all. Make sure you get a cookie or two in the back. And thank you again for coming. We will hold this again next year in October. And we look forward to seeing you then. Thanks.